Hey everybody, and welcome to a brand new series on Burger Studios, Stellaris. Stellaris is a game by Paradox Interactive, which is the same studio that brings you EU4 and CK2, but it is a Space 4X game. We are going to create a brand new race. Which is one of the cool things about this. So there's all these pre-built ones that kind of have some stuff, and I'll show you a little bit about what all this stuff means here when I'm making the race. The cool thing is you can create new races and you can actually save them. So when you create a new race, it's not like a one-time use thing. You can do a couple things. So one, you can set it up where you can set it up where you can use them in your other games. You can set it up to force. I'll get into it. Anyhow, so we're going to do a create new empire. The first thing you want to check is your appearance. So you can be mammalian, reptilian, avian, arthropoid, molluscoid, or a fungoid. I'm thinking of starting with a reptilian. It'd be a turtle. We might want to be some turtle folks. Let's be turtles. Alright, so the next thing we have to do is create a name. And I'm gonna... What do I want to call these guys? Sea turtles. We'll randomize so we get something here. I know what we'll call them. We'll call them the Nemes race. And the plural of them will be Nemesians or Nemesites, and then we'll call them Nemesian. All right. From a ship perspective, this is kind of a cool thing. We will stick with a mammalian, or not mammalian. We could do reptilian, and this will give us the naming conventions. Now you can even customize, I think, further, but we will do reptilian. Do reptilian 2. Now we pick our racial traits, so you get 2 total racial traits, but you can pick up to 4. The reason you can do that is you can pick negative traits. So we are basically giant sea tortoises. So I'm going to say we are slow breeders, because turtles aren't necessarily notoriously, and we're sedentary. But so now we have 4 trait points left between our 2 things. Talented gives leader skill levels, adaptive gives habitability bases, very strong gives some cool stuff, communal gives happiness, charismatic, conformist, could be venerable, but that doesn't sound fun. Why don't we do agrarian, so we'll have extra food, and we'll also be intelligent. So we're intelligent farmer people. For a ruler, we'll choose a male, and we'll go with something I can pronounce. Cabroxy? Cabroxy, sure. We can change his color, which is really cool. I kind of like the purple guy. And then, I don't think these guys have clothes. Okay. So next we will choose a homeworld name and type. I am going to name our homeworld Barlorn, and the star will be called... Actually, the homeworld is going to be called Nemes Prime, and the star name will be called... we'll randomize Nemes Prime. And we'll just call the star Nemes. So the starting solar system, we can randomize it, which I think I'd like to do. But we do need to pick a starting planet. So we are kind of sea turtle looking thing, so I'm thinking ocean world. Sounds good to me. And there's kind of a grid, so that means basically desert and arid worlds will be the opposite of what we can inhabit. Now we'll do a reptilian city. So this is where we choose our government and ethics. So like the other thing, there's ethic points, and then there's government type. So you can be a fanatic of certain traits, or you can be just a standard. So our sea turtle guys here, I think, are going to be... do we want to be militarists? That's an interesting idea. We could be individualists, or we could be collectivists. We're turtles, though, so we're a little more solitary, I would think. So we're going to do individualist. And then for our other ethics points, we could do a fanatic something or other. We could do a fanatic xenophile, or we could just do 3 basic ones. So we could do xenophile, militarists. So we're individualists, xenophile, militarists. So that limits our government types to either indirect democracy, plutocratic oligarchy, military junta, or military republic. And I think we're going to try... We'll try an indirect democracy, sure. The empire name... this is where I should have put the Nemesian. So let's go back to the names. Is this my... Confused. That's fine. Flag. We will choose a pointy flag, sure. We'll do purple and black. Purple and white? Purple and black. Sure. Alright. Now we get to pick our starting weapon, which I'm going to choose projectiles, and then we're going to use which travel we want. I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with warp travel for now. Ship appearance, we will go with reptilian. And then we're done. So we're going to save these guys. And then we're going to go done. So, I'm going to leave everything kind of default for now. That gives us 17 AI empires, 4 AI advanced starts. We'll have 600 stars. All this stuff is cool. We're going to get into it. Alright, so... this is the beginning, right? So in the eons since the first primitive Nemes communities took shape in the archipelagos and lagoons of Nemes Prime, our civilization has spread and prospered. We were driven forward by steady scientific progress, and armed conflict between nation-states became increasingly rare. The framework for a global democratic government was eventually laid, and when the last holdouts voluntarily joined, we stood united as a single nation. Now, after the successful creation of several experimental subspace fields, the finest minds of the Nemes have finished development of the first warp drives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp.
Good day, Mr. President.
Oh boy, that's going to be a thing.
Prototype synthetic intelligence.
No, we'll shut this down. And let's figure out if there's a way to turn that thing off. Settings, sound, advisor volume. Alright, so this is going to probably be in a more abbreviated initial playthrough as we kind of get through some of the base mechanics. And then we'll go back and we'll create some other playthroughs. We're going to do some multiplayers here soon too. We've already talked to a couple of the guys about possibly getting the game. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my science ship and I'm going to set him to what is it? Survey, yes. I want to say there's a way though to survey the whole region? Alright, so we'll just that's what I had to do. I just zoom out a little bit. So we'll survey the whole system. Meanwhile, the construction ship can do mining stations, research stations. We're going to unpause. Observation posts, and then they have a fleet stance as well. We also have a small military fleet, which I think we will go ahead and have them jump out here and start doing some investigation. So we'll take the military fleet and we'll have them go there, and then maybe there, and then back for now. Sure. Okay, so let's look at our system here. We have a Class A star, which hasn't been surveyed yet. It's a blue star. Our home world is, of course, an ocean planet. We have a barren world in the section. We're actually the closest orbit in, which is kind of interesting, because this is a high energy star. It's because it's a blue star, right? And it is an ocean world, so that's kind of fascinating. We have a gas giant, which is the third planet in the solar system, with a decent-sized barren moon. And then we have an asteroid belt, another barren world, another gas giant. Actually, wait. Yeah, more barren worlds. Gas giant, a frozen world. We got a lot of gas giants. It's kind of interesting from an astronomy perspective. I'm not sure how common this kind of a layout would be. There's a lot of theories on barren world or on rocky worlds versus gas giants, and thought that gas giants will generally be further out from rocky worlds, but as they've discovered different things out there, we're finding that what we think we know about planet formation is not actually all that accurate. So this could be the case, but to have the rocky worlds in between the gas giants is a little strange, I think, because of the gravity well factor here, but it should be interesting. Meanwhile, our gas giant here has a frozen world and a second frozen world as subsections. So what we have here, we have a few different things. So we have some resources that we can collect. So I'm going to have the construction ship build a mining station there. And then let's go check out our home planet. So the planetary view gives us some basic things. So each planet has a planetary governor, and that governor has skills and different impacts on the situation. From a resource perspective, we have energy credits, which is almost like money. We have minerals, which is what we use to produce things. We have influence, which is used for different things that we'll show you here in a little bit. And then there are 3 different types of research, which we need to start. We'll select our research. I'm going to go with... I'm probably going to start with the physics lab, because I do like research buildings early. From a society perspective, I'm going to go ahead and start with the biolab, even though we want to get to colony ships soon. And then I'm going to start the engineering facility. The tech in here is kind of interesting. It's it's not completely randomized in that sense. Oh, we found an anomaly already. So we found something where we have no failure of a risk. So we'll go ahead and research it. On Roich, that did not. So we found this on the moon. So we're going to go ahead and research that. Alright, so did we start all our researches? We did. Don't have anything right there. Ship designer is not necessary yet. We've not made any contacts. We can see our empire. Anyway, back to our planet. Alright, we have encountered some sort of alien vessel here in our own system, apparently. Alright, so we finally encountered fellow wanderers among the stars, and they may or may not be hostile. There they are. They do not appear to be coming any closer, and they look like they're some sort of space creature. So that's fine. Anyhow, so habitability is 100% because it's our home planet. You can see what it makes here, and I'll show you where they come with that in a second. There are currently 7 population. We have a food surplus of 4, so that means that we will have population increase. And the planet can support up to 16. This shows... Alright, so the anomaly on Roik turned out to be a natural geometrical formation. It almost looks like a marker. We should continue to invest this. Okay, well, that's cool. So home planet. So in addition to this, edicts are something we can enact with the use of influences we talked about earlier. The surface of the planet is where we put our different workers. So they work tiles similar to some other 4X games. And you can build buildings in some of these. You see this ghostly guy here? That means that we don't have a population there yet, but that they're coming. And then these things that are black and yellow, that means we're not going to get any, we can't get any resources here because there's something wrong. We have to pay usually energy credits, time, and minerals to clean it up. And there's all this different terrain that we can leverage. You see we have some buildings in place. There's a mining network. There's a planetary administration, power plant, hydroponics farm. This is actually empty, so we could build a building here using our minerals and some time. And then get certain things. So we're a little shy on energy credits right now, so I could consider doing a power plant. I could also just add a mining network to get more minerals. I think I'm going to do a power plant for now. That will impact our food. And then the next thing I'm going to do is we finish building our mining here. So I am going to go and build a mining station on the next planet. We're getting really low on minerals now, so we're going to need to have a good, I don't know, good set of resources so that we can start to expand. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here. We hope you are enjoying this Stellaris content. If you are, please leave a like down below. It would be a huge help on this first episode. I cannot explain how much that is important. Also, leave some comments down below on anything you want to see in this Stellaris series as we move forward. Thank you guys for watching. I've been your host, Nemes with Parker Studios. Have a great one.